Okay, so we left off with our epoxy turtle, waiting for it to solidify. And while we wait for that, we might as well get into its driftwood base. So I pulled this piece of driftwood. Actually, it's a big long piece, and I just broke this piece off. I got it out of the lake last summer. So it's been sitting in my house almost a year, drying out. And as you can see, all this dirt and stuff we don't want when we're creating this. So I'm going to grab a paintbrush. I'm just gonna brush the crevices for dirt, dust, anything. So you can hear it. Hopefully, you can definitely see it. We're just gonna clean this all out. Sand, grit, which is funny because we're going to be putting sand and grit right back on. But if we don't clean it out, it can't get into all the little pores and protect it. And it won't stick very well. So we want to clean this up. Okay, let's pour this into the garbage can. All right. So now we're gonna take our Mod Podges. I have a gloss and a matte. They're gonna dry pretty much clear, but they will seal this wood forever. So it won't disintegrate, it won't break down. I think we're gonna go with matte. I don't think I really want a reflective in any way. There's still some dust on here. You don't want that everywhere. Okay. So let's take our Mod Podge. And we're going to seal this and then put it aside to dry with the turtle so that tomorrow we can start assembly, and we'll put some rocks and gravel and bush and scenery and plant. Actually, we'll have to keep in mind that this is underwater. So for now, let's just get a glove and get to work. Again, we're just sealing this so that it can't break down over time, it can't disintegrate. So I'm just rubbing some powder in my hands because otherwise I can't get the gloves on. Helps it slide on nice. Ooh. Let's tidy up one more time. Okay. All that, just to stir this around. And let's start coating. So again, we're not really worried about anything but sealing the wood. But you do want to make sure we get a really good seal on the wood. Excuse me. Again, we're just trying to get in all these creases. It's nice to have that glue run right through these cracks. You want to get it to drip right through. That's why we're wearing the gloves, so we can get it dripping everywhere. That way we know we got good coverage. You can see pieces that are flaking out because they're so dry. Imagine what happens when your art project's sitting on your desk. Over time, it would just start to break down. So let's just help that not happen. Again, very relaxing, very therapeutic. It's time to slow down and paint away. And the result, as long as everything's coated, covered, it doesn't matter about your colors, doesn't matter about shading or tones. Right now it's just a relaxing smearing of sealant. If everything goes right, all these tiny little cracks and crevices will still be visible. And as you can see, we're just pushing it in there. Push it under those cracks. And then pull it smooth. But all of these cracks and crevices should be able to show through at the end. We're just rubbing that in. See how thickly we're getting that stuffed in those joints? And then we're just gonna thin it out to dry. like going all different ways, like with the grain, against the grain, smearing it in as I go. And then, like I said, we'll thin it out. Just pull it thin. Oops. Paintbrush slid out of my hand a bit here. Well, while we have that healthy coating of Mod Podge on the brush, we might as well get down in here. So again, let's just work it in. Pull it out. Thin it out. No big globs everywhere. Anyway, it's dripping, I'm just pulling those drips out. Filled all the little voids. We're getting there. Pack it in all those creases. And then let's just thin it out so there's no puddles. Right. So that, when it dries, it should be sealed. And we can start building on top. Place as our turtle swims by. So now, to let this dry, I'm going to put these sticks here. It's just going to sit on those off the parchment and drip dry, if there's any drips at all. And then when it's dry, it should be easy to get these sticks off. And if I can't, I can sand them off or grind them off. But this should allow air to circulate all around it and dry it out. Okay. So that takes care of that. Now, while we want this to dry, again, I'm going to move it off to the side on my desk. So we'll just carefully slide it over to dry with the rest. We can take our gloves off. Okay, well, that gets us to a point where it's basically waiting time. So instead of having you guys sit here for the next 24 hours watching my screen as everything dries, I guess I'll say have a great day, and tomorrow we'll post up with our next steps. Thanks for watching.